Over the last 6 years or so, I have matched with well over 10,000 women on dating apps and Instagram. A match on Instagram, by the way, is what I define as when you contact a woman for clearly the purposes of flirting with her and she responds favorably. That's an Instagram match. And this is both across Latin America, Colombia, Brazil, and even, yes, even in the US too. Now, obviously, the results are a bit easier overseas, duh, but I still get great results for myself and my clients back home in the States. But this does beg the obvious burning question: how is this possible for a completely average-looking guy like myself? Because aren't dating apps BS? Don't they only work for super good-looking guys? Well, the short answer is no. It's just that you've been doing them completely wrong. So the problem with dating apps and online dating, Instagram, is that all of this stuff is still in its infancy, and all the free information online is very vague, generic advice like, just hire a photographer, bro. Just go out in your city with a photographer and get some good pics, bro. That's chump advice. That's very, very basic, outdated chump advice that for the most part doesn't work. In today's video, we're going to go borderline unethical with this stuff, okay? I'm going to show you how to make yourself 2 to 3 times better looking in photos in a subtle way that nobody would notice when they met you in real life using either free or very cheap apps. I'm going to show you how to hack the algorithm to keep your profile at the top of the stack without needing to spend extra money on boosts. I'm going to show you how to avoid all the fatal mistakes that a lot of you guys are doing, such as certain types of photos that will disqualify you immediately. I'm going to show you how you can have a panel of real women rate your photos, so you're only posting your most attractive photos and you're only using the absolute best one for that all-important first picture. And best of all, how you can outsource and automate the super boring process of, well, let me get out my phone and swipe for 30 minutes. Well, that was Bumble. No, I'm going to do Hinge for 30 minutes. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Well, I'm going to show you how to outsource that to a virtual assistant, because at the end of the day, the more swiping you do, the better results you get. It's like the gym or guitar. The more volume you put into something, the better results you get out. But who the heck has time for that? If you're a busy entrepreneur or a guy who makes good money, for you to spend 45 minutes to an hour swiping on the apps, then I close the... No, that's a waste of money. So I'm going to jump into my laptop in about 2 seconds, and we're going to jump into the training, which I pre-recorded this, so I'm going to jump in and cut into the pre-recorded training now. But 2 quick things before we begin. 1, this training is around 25 to 30-ish minutes long. So if you have the attention span of a goldfish and you're not willing to open your mind and try something new and improve your dating life with advice you've never heard, this is cutting edge best stuff that I swear to God you've never heard from anybody else, then just do us a favor, just get off my channel right now. Just leave, bro. Just leave if you don't have a little bit of time to make massive improvements in your dating life. And number 2, if you do have a better attention span than a goldfish and you do want to invest some time to learning to improve your dating life, get a high quality girlfriend, all that, make sure that you stick around to the very end, because I have saved the absolute best for last. All right, let's jump into my laptop. I'm going to show the training right now. Okay, welcome everybody to the dirty guide to getting matches on dating apps. As I scroll through some of these photos, you will no doubt realize why this is called the dirty guide. We're basically going to lie, cheat, and steal our way to getting matches because we are men, and the odds on the dating apps are stacked impossibly against us. They're in favor of women. So we have to play dirty a little bit. Now, if using applications and AI to make yourself, I don't know, 10 to 15% more muscular in your photos to kind of maximize matches, and, maybe doing some light work on your face to make yourself slightly better looking is in any way off-putting for you guys, then just exit this training right now. Close my video, because it's only going to get worse. We're only going to explore more devious and scandalous techniques, including a way to hack the dating app algorithm to literally put our profile at the top of the stack and get the most matches, and just literally put our profile before all the other guys. So it only gets worse from here. So stick around to the end. My name is Casey Redbeard, by the way. My socials are Redbeard Rants or Redbeard Rants 1. And I'm just a normal, ordinary, average-looking guy who matches and dates perfect 10s that I meet on dating apps and sometimes just on Instagram as well. Okay, so as we talked about, as we showed, you want to use AI to make yourself 20 to 30% better looking without going overboard. We'll show exactly how to do this in a second. Now, the first thing you're thinking is, won't the girl notice when I show up on the date? Oh my God, she's going to notice that I'm a catfish and then she won't like me when I show up. No, we're doing this subtly. So the answer is no, she won't notice, but you, sir, will notice that she doesn't look as good as her photos. So that's what you got to be worried about, not if she's going to find out about you. Remember, we said 20 to 30% better looking, nobody will notice, not even your own mother. Like, you look at this guy, right? Is this guy a catfish? Like, this is my friend Ben, this is my client of mine, I helped him out. Like, he got massively better results with this photo. We AI'd like a slightly smirky, like warm smile. We made him look like he was about, 10 to 15 pounds skinnier. And we ever so slightly brightened his eyes and his complexion. Now, is a girl going to show up like imagining this guy and then this guy shows up and be like, oh no, like that's a different person? Or am I going to be like hot and heavy with the girl, kissing, making out, throw her on my bed, and then I take my clothes off and she's been like expecting this body and then the 10% less defined, 10% less muscular. She's like, oh, well, your bicep is an inch smaller and your abs aren't quite like, I'm leaving, sir. Like, no one's going to find out. And again, we have to play a little bit dirty because we are men and the odds are impossibly stacked against us. And I promise you that she is doing this 1,000 times more than you are. Just don't go overboard like a retard and you'll be fine. Now, if you guys want to see exactly how this is done, I got you. I'm going to play a quick video right now. Okay, keep in mind, guys, I'm showing this very quick and dirty, and I'll go more in-depth in my courses, not that I'm here to pitch you. So I'm going to take this, and again, the app is called FaceApp. Okay, once again, FaceApp, and the first thing I'm going to do is put on the Hollywood filter level 4, the Hollywood 4 filter at a level 3, because if I put it to level 5, I think that's a bit too obvious that it's AI, but I think if I put it to level 3, that's a little change, maybe even perhaps a 4. Sure, why not? Let's go with 4. I don't think that that looks touched up or edited, so I'll hit apply there. And for the skin, let's just smooth that out a little bit, as you can see here. It's just, yeah, taking off a little bit of harshness of the fine lines and whatnot. And cool, we've already made a big difference. It's gotten rid of that like pink hue on my face, and it just looks a lot more even and just a little bit more handsome in a believable way. And then let's just quickly go after the body. I can do the chin and the jawline in here, but I don't want to bore you guys to death. This is not meant to be a huge, course here. So I'm going to the reshape tool, and I'm going to hit size, and I'm just going to let's just start on the shoulders, and we'll just buff out the shoulders, and I'll just kind of go through the whole arm here, and just kind of evenly, buff it out a little bit. We'll go to this shoulder. Maybe we'll do some of the traps as well. Why not hit the chest while we're at it? And we got to get the whole arm so that it looks, Again, I'm doing the quick and dirty version here. But if I hit apply, yeah, you can see here, there we go, guys. It's believable, but I go from a little bit scrawny to quite buff. Again, if I was doing this, spending a lot more time, but this is just the 2-minute version. Already quite a big and noticeable difference here. Okay, cool. So, short video, I think it was like a minute or 2 minutes. We saw the face, the body, and now you guys know exactly how to play a little dirty. Again, that app was FaceApp. I don't own it. I don't get any money if you use it. I'm not affiliated with it in any way, but it's just what I honestly recommend. Okay, so the second thing to getting matches in our dirty guide is you want to lead with a physique shot or a high-resolution portrait as your main picture. A high-resolution portrait, will define what that means in a second. But the first thing you're thinking, like, but what if my physique isn't good enough? Simple, you cheat if you can. Now, if your physique is just impossible, like even with Photoshop or FaceApp, like it can't save you, or you're just way too chubby and it just would be way, way, way too obvious, then just go with a high resolution portrait shot like this, where it's like, maybe like a little bit above your belly button, say like, nipple to belly button area and up. You are in sharp focus taken on a DSLR camera and the background is blurry. Or, you know, the best is like if you can do a physique shot and a portrait at the same time. But if you got the physique, I would say do the physique shot first, even if you have to, you know, like cheat and like edit it a little bit, and then do the portrait shot second, or just a portrait shot. Number 3, focus on presentation in your photo. So this is the dirty guide to getting matches. I put out an entire guide on dating app photography. There's also a guide on building a high status social media. If you're watching this video on YouTube or on my website, it's either in the description of the video or on my website. There's links to all my other trainings. I'm going to go through this quick because we've talked about this ad nauseam. Again, get the ultimate guide to photography for dating apps and Instagram if you want to go deeper on this, but presentation explained with food. This is both chicken parmesan, yet one of them obviously has a much better presentation and looks a lot more delicious, even though once they hit your taste buds, they're exact same things. It works with humans as well. If you are presented better, like here, we got 2 guys, both guys just sitting in a chair, but one guy has better lighting. He's more well-groomed. He has better fashion, and he's in a more luxurious location. And that's actually the main one is like, well, it's like the lighting and being in a luxurious location. Okay, so those are the ones, and we talk about in the guide to photography how to get, you know, good lighting. I'm trying to, you know, teach a quick course here, but again, a quick review, if you already watched that, again, I'll make this quick, is the lighting, the fashion, the grooming, and the location. So as I scroll through these photos, whether it's my buddy Steven, I actually helped him get these shots, whether it's myself or any of these other random gentlemen, you know, it's lighting, fashion, grooming, location. Lighting, fashion, grooming, location. Lighting, fashion, grooming, location. That is what makes a good shot for good presentation. And it's very important that you don't even have one single bad photo, not anything at all, because you will be judged by your worst photo, and one bad photo can ruin everything. We do it to women as well. We go, oh, damn, she looks hot. She looks sexy. Mamacita, huh? You're looking good. Oh, shit. Then you get to the last photo, and you judge her by her worst photo. You go, oh, shit. So that's what she looks like, you know, when all the filters and makeup come off and you like instantly lose interest. Girls do the same thing. So imagine a girl's looking at my profile and she's like, okay, cool. He's got the high-res portrait shot. He looks good. Soon to be not balding. The hair transplant's coming in. I'll soon have a nice hairline. You know, in this photo, she's like, okay, cool. He's got, you know, the physique shot. He's got a great physique, slightly artificially intelligence enhanced physique, just slightly. But anyway, she's like, okay, cool. Off to a good start. Then she sees this abomination. Now she's thinking, well, damn, this guy belongs more on Grindr than he does on Tinder. I look totally gay in this photo. And this is just a bad shot. This is just a selfie where I look tired. I don't look very friendly. I just don't look like her Prince Charming in that photo. And again, a lot of guys do this. They have, you know, a couple good photos and then a couple grainy, blurry, bad photos. So what you want to do is use a website called photofeeler.com where real women, it's like $2 to $3 a photo. Again, I have 0 affiliate link, 0 relation to this website. I'm just honestly recommending it. And you can see here, I got an 8.2 in this photo, a 7.3 as an attractiveness score in this one, and they rated me a 4.9 in this one. I thought that I looked better here than I did there. I'm kind of like showing the smile. I think the pose is a little better, you know, shows off the, well, but it shows off the arm muscularity, maybe not really so much. I am still pretty skinny there, but whatever, you get what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm a 4.9 there and a 7.3 here, but I do know one thing. Whenever I ask girls that I'm dating or female friends of mine, hey, like if I said, hey, you know, girl that I'm dating, which photo of these do you think I look the best? 9 times out of 10, she's going to be like, best, second best, worst. She's going to align with what the women on photofeeler.com say. Use this. Don't post a single bad photo. Number 4, set your profile with the right type of photos. I went more in depth on the 5-step guide to building a high status social media, one of my other trainings. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, the link for that is in the description. If you're watching on my website, the link will be below this video. But just to reiterate, your first photo should be the physique shot or a high resolution portrait or both in one. Again, you put this as your main photo. This has got to like get her attention instantly, okay? Next thing, you want to do some hobby shots, surfing, martial arts, could be, you know, even the gym is a hobby, cooking, something that shows you have hobbies. Group shots, you want at least one group shot. It's more important on Instagram, especially the less good looking you are, the more you'll have to build it around lifestyle that's attractive to women if you don't have the most gorgeous physique or perfectly symmetrical face. But either way, you want some group shots. And again, it's got to follow the core 4. Your boys got to be well-dressed and in a luxurious location as well. I mean, these guys look like they're about to make some business deal on a private jet or something. A high-value activity will bode well for you. This guy's giving a speech, but it could also be accepting some type of award. Maybe you won, a boxing match. Maybe you're DJing or playing an instrument in front of people. Something that is generally considered high value will bode well. It's not 100% necessary, but the main thing is you look good and you satisfy the core four. But this is like the icing on the cake. And we talked about the physique shot and the portrait shot. Okay, the next one, number 5. Buy premium, but never boosts. Super likes are okay. So get, Tinder Platinum, Hinge X, whatever like the most expensive, like premium version is. They'll just show you the most girls because you're putting money in their pocket, plain and simple. Boosts are kind of a garbage thing. They just don't really work that well. And super likes, they're cool. Roses. Look, if you're rich, just buy them, and why not? If you're not super wealthy, they're not even that necessary. Maybe you get a few free super likes. Go ahead and use your super likes on your favorite girls, but they're not that necessary. Number 6, write a good bio and prompts. I'm going to breeze through this because it's just not that important. It's your content and stuff. If anything, your prompts are more important than your bio, so I'll make this really quick. But in your, like a good bio checklist would be how you make money, an interesting fact about you, what you like in a woman, and what your deal breakers are. So let's go through these. Oh, and your height if you're tall. But if you're not tall, don't specify your height on the app and don't put it in your profile. So 6'1", this is assuming you are tall, you would want to lead with your height. I'm a real estate investor, so we're checking the box of how we make money. Looking for someone who can match my wit, tame my charm, if that's even possible, and embrace life on the edge with me. So we're talking about what we're looking for. Now we're talking about our deal breakers and also being a little bit edgy. I take care of myself, so I'm not a fan of nutritionally undisciplined women. Know your market. The more liberal of a city you're in, the worse this would be. The more conservative of a city you're in, the more you can get away with this. I would say for cities like Miami, Knoxville, Tennessee, anywhere in Nebraska, Texas, most places except for Austin, this edginess will bode well. But in foreign countries, you might come off as arrogant, and you can leave the edginess to be a little bit more slight. Let's look at this one. Trilingual real estate investor. That's our interesting fact. Looking for someone feminine that has a gym membership. That's showing what we're looking for. Deal breakers. Anyone who goes clubbing a lot or refers to themselves as a boss babe. Okay, pretty good. And for your deal breakers or showing what you're not looking for, you can put, please no boss babes, please have a gym membership, or please don't be vegan. My Hinge prompts on Hinge are the green flags I look for are no pronouns in bio. I can tell you're a girl. Actually, surprisingly, when I run this in Florida, like Tampa and stuff, a lot of girls really do like this. And the ones that don't, I didn't want to go out with them anyway. Unusual skill, trilingual. I always lead with that because I only date Latin women, Brazilian women, etc. And it's nice for them to know that I speak their language. Always gives me a little bit of a boost. And the way to win me over is be feminine and go to the gym a lot. More screening for what I like and being a little bit edgy. All right, so number 7, remember we talked about this is one of the most devious techniques. Actually, my favorite technique is the one coming up after this, but this is the most devious one. We can literally stay at the top of the algorithm by making new profiles. Did you guys ever notice that when you first made your Tinder or your Hinge, you saw the hottest girls and you got some matches, and then as time went on, they showed you fewer and fewer hot girls, and you stopped matching with anybody? That's called the new profile bonus. So what we can do is we can go to a website called textverified.com. That's textverified.com. Okay, so you go to textverified.com, you make an account, you click lines, then you click purchase new rental, and then you select the service. In this case, I just typed in, Tinder, and you can rent a phone line that you can use to verify. So when you make a new Tinder, it'll say, what's your phone number? Well, if you're making a new profile, if you've deleted your old one, you can probably get away with using your regular phone number for a couple times, but eventually you want to use new phone numbers. New credit cards, I've never had a problem with that. So your same Apple ID, your same Google Play Store. I like to use virtual credit cards for any subscription anyway, which you should be doing. Capital One lets me make virtual, one-time use credit cards. Well, they're one time per merchant anyway, but that way, if I ever want to cancel, I can just cancel the virtual card, cut them off at the source. Also works great for Netflix and sites that make it really hard to cancel. But you basically rent a phone line, and when they text you the verification PIN, the PIN will come into this website and allow you to, verify your phone number because you received like, the 5-digit PIN or whatever. And boom, now you got a new account and now you're matching like you did when it was fresh. I make a new account every month. Okay, this is the most dirty, devious trick. I can't believe I'm giving this away for free. You guys hopefully, drop me a like or a follow or some way, say thank you. No one else is teaching this stuff. And I get about quadruple the number of matches, like my first week or two on a new Tinder, than I would get otherwise. I can probably get more matches my first 10 days on a new Tinder than I can 3 months on an old Tinder. Plus the girls it shows me are hotter. All right, the last step, my favorite one, is leverage the time of a virtual assistant and don't rely on matches in the first place. So what I mean by that is, number one, you just want a virtual assistant swiping for you, as if I have time to be on 3 or 4 apps and swipe all day and, close Hinge, close Bumble, So I have a woman in the Philippines. I pay her $5 an hour, and she follows women based on my type. So no girls with excessive tattoos, no single moms, no girls with short hair, etc. I know the photos are small here, but just, take my word for it. All these women are absolutely gorgeous. And what she's doing is she's getting women's dating app profile their Instagram profile from their dating app profile. Also, to be frank, she honestly just finds girls on Instagram that are just on Instagram to begin with. So it's not always like she found their profile in a dating app and then went to Instagram. Sometimes there's a whole method for that. I'll put a link, if you're watching this on YouTube or if it's on the website, I'll put a link to the actual job post you can use. Also, you can talk to me more if you want to know about this online dating virtual assistant stuff. But I mean, look, time is money. As if I have time to like open up my phone and swipe on an app when it can be outsourced, I can just have her swipe on the app and message the girls that I match with, or even better, I can find them on Instagram. And as we're going, I'll go through these quickly. Like every day it's like, 7, 7, 6, 8, 7, 7, 5. So it's anywhere from like, 6 to 7 on average. She follows 20 a day, so about a third follow back. I have another training about making charming video content. That's in the 5-step guide to building a high-status social media profile. Again, my other trainings are all linked in the description, or if you're watching this on the web, it's on the website. So that definitely helps as well. But just, it's $5 an hour. Again, you can get my job post, or we can just talk about more of this stuff. But you shouldn't be doing this yourself. If you make, at least 50 grand a year or more, there's no way you should not be outsourcing this. It's really, really cheap, and, maximize your results by outsourcing it. So the main takeaways, if you guys want to screenshot this, is again, we're going to download FaceApp. That's the app I use to make ourselves 20 to 30% better looking. And we're going to lead with a physique shot as our main pick if we possibly can. Really, really, really do your best. If you have to, train hard in the gym and lose some weight and then do some Photoshop, whatever, and it's like, a 2 or 3 month process to get your physique pick, it's worth it. Physique pictures work. I don't care whatever study you read online that women think physique pictures are douchey. They don't. They work, okay? Get a high resolution portrait shot on there as well. And if you can't get the physique shot as your main picture, do the high resolution portrait shot and have no bad photos, okay? You're judged by your worst photo. So take photos with a good presentation, remembering the core 4, which are lighting, fashion, grooming, and location. Those are the core 4. We talked about presentation when I showed the chicken parm. Leverage the time of a $5 an hour virtual assistant, because time is money and volume is necessary, especially if you want to date 9s and 10s, guys. It is a numbers game. The more you put in, the more you get out. And remember that you can meet women on Instagram and skip the apps altogether. The last thing is use multiple apps. I mentioned this a little bit, but yeah, get on Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, all of the apps. Pay for premium and write a somewhat edgy profile, but just calibrate for the market you're in. All right, so if you liked that and you want to connect with me or just learn more from me, my socials on all channels are either just Redbeard Rants or Redbeard Rants 1, depending if the original Redbeard Rants was taken. So please subscribe to this channel. This video is being hosted on YouTube, so there should be a subscribe button somewhere. Subscribe to my channel. I give all types of free educational advice like this, as well as just entertainment. I like, on YouTube, I mix in this is like the nerdy stuff, but I mix in like entertainment woven in with value, and my latest insights and the latest technology I'm working always comes out on my YouTube. And I give even more advice on my Instagram as well, Redbeard Rants 1 on there. And if you're very, very serious about connecting with me on any of this stuff, the online dating virtual assistant, going deeper on the photography, seeing how we can help, do photography for you, how to text these girls, like a chatbot and put like no effort into it. So you're just like texting every girl the same thing, or any of the other bajillion ways I can help you meet and date high quality women. DM me on Instagram, the code word Tiger. Just Tiger, nothing else. Not like, hey, Tiger, by the way, I like your stuff. Just message me the word Tiger. That lets me know you watched this video to the end, that you paid attention, and you have self-qualified yourself as somebody who's dead serious. You have the time, you have the resources, and the inclination, like the motivation. You're just really, really desired and dedicated to get this area of your life handled and start meeting and dating some high quality women. So that is the end of the training. Once again, subscribe to my YouTube. It's been a pleasure. Peace out, guys.